Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide is a vital tool and a helpful media outlet for business enterprises to connect and to reach out to Filipino American consumers. For more information, go to www.lasvegasfrg.com or you can email at lasvegasfrg@gmail.com.
It's the ultimate guide to anything Filipino in Las Vegas. This is the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide radio show on PHLV Radio.
Well, good evening. For those who are used to listening to Gilbert Glorioso, as you can see or hear, my voice is a little deeper than Gilbert's. He is not here tonight. He's on the road fighting traffic. So I am the third person, and you may be familiar with me because I've done a few episodes with Gilbert. I'm Loni Andal. Yes, I am. And Bernie Benito is at a business meeting. So those two guys just left me out in the cold, and they said, it's you tonight, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love it because tonight I have asked this woman who is a dynamite community server. And the reason I say that is I've known her for years, and she was at an event of ours for the Philippine Chamber, and she started talking about what she's involved with. Besides being a former chairperson at the Asian American Pacific Islanders, she was the Community Commission of Clark County. She has been a driving force in making things happen for the community. This woman has not stopped since she landed here. Was it in 1994 in the States?
In the States, yes.
When she came in the States. So I will just let you know, she holds a bachelor's degree in communication arts from the Philippine Women's University. She has migrated in 1994 with her husband, Ricardo. And she has been the 5-time Speaker of the Philippine House of Representatives. I do not have a slouch here, I will tell you that. I have someone
I just worked for him.
You just worked for him.
I just worked for him.
But she has been in service for the community, whether it was in the Philippines, but now Las Vegas has her. So we are very privileged to have the one and only Margie Llorente-Gonzales. Good evening, Margie.
Good evening, Loni. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we are so thrilled and absolutely, I'm flabbergasted. I was looking at your bio here, and I said, I didn't know she did that, and I didn't know she did that. But because this is a very humble woman, most of the people that I have met through service of what they do for the community are extremely humble, and Margie is definitely one of those. So when she said what she's doing now, which is helping our Filipino teachers that are coming into Vegas. And this has been happening for about 5 years, 6 years now?
Since 2017.
The 2017. And I was here with the first batch when they were coming in, and it was chaotic. And she is now streamlining it and making it safer, more beneficial for the teachers. So take it away, Margie. Tell me what it is you're doing with the teachers to make it a lot more streamlined.
Okay. It's a lot, actually. A lot because I try to keep my door open, door and windows open for them. Anytime they would need anything and they come to me, I will act on it, definitely. I'll make sure that things will happen for them. Okay, I'll give you an example. 3 teachers need to move out of their host home, texted me at 6:30 in the morning. And as soon as I saw it, they gave me their address. It's actually far from where I live, but it's okay. They need help. So I went there right away, that early. I went there, picked them up. Actually, as soon as I saw all their stuff outside the house, I only have a small car. They would not fit. So I had to call another friend who has a truck. I said, okay, I need enforcement. I need reinforcement. Sorry. So soon enough he came. So we were able to get all their stuff in the truck, and I was able to find them a refuge, a place wherein I'm just lucky that I have a cousin who owns a few properties here, and I asked him if I could put the teachers there, and yes, sure. He is also he's a person who's also with a big heart and willing to take them in. Okay, let them stay there first until they find a place they can, they want to move into while they're teaching. So they were there for free, no charge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He has blessings already that he has made for himself. But the teachers coming here in the beginning were teachers that specialized in the special children, the challenged, and now it's turned around and they're coming in with the regular subjects, mathematics, science.
Yes. It's now a mixture of not just the special education, although majority are still on special education. But the others also include math and science, even general ed, especially for elementary. It has to be gen ed, and even English. So they included some more, high need area subjects. So except that I'll tell you the situation here. No, because I'm hearing this from them. When school started, this school year started, there are a few classrooms sometimes that they don't even have a regular teacher. So the shortage of teachers is just huge, okay? Not just here in Nevada, it's nationwide.
Right.
Actually, number one is California. Nevada is number 2 in the list. And the others could include Washington, Hawaii, and a few other states. Okay. Now, so what do they do to be able to have a teacher in that classroom? So they ended up getting sub-teachers, okay? So 1 week, it is this teacher doing sub-work in that classroom. The following week, it's another teacher. The following week, it's another teacher.
That's not good for the kids.
So there's really not a lesson plan for the year that is followed. It's whoever is teaching will have her own, okay? Just so they learn something, So it's not good. Now, the shortage also, we lost the resource teachers, okay? Actually, the prep time. Teachers have prep time. They're given a chance to be able to prepare for the next class and the next classes. So their prep time, losing it to sub. Before they were being asked, it's like, would you like to sub? Now it's different. There's already a schedule for them to sub. Okay, and so resource teachers also are extra teachers, supposedly, wherein I think if a student did not understand the lesson, they can go to a resource teacher to, for that extra time, to be taught that lesson. Okay?
So it's like tutoring?
Like tutoring.
Okay.
But this is like in between, in between periods or in between classes. So that one too, we're starting to lose. So we're starting to lose. They lost their prep time. They're starting to lose the sub teachers because we really need teachers in the classrooms.
Right.
And I know in the news I just saw that they reduced the qualifications of substitute teachers so that it will just be high school graduates. So there can be more sub teachers that would be in the classrooms. But of course, we really need a teacher, a full-time teacher, a regular teacher in every classroom. But we can only do what can be done, quickly, so to be able to fill up the need.
So, like I said, in 2017, it was so chaotic. No one knew they were coming. No one made preparation correctly. So now, at least it's a little smoother. But what are your challenges now in 2022?
Okay, 2022, I would say, of course, is the shortage is just so huge, but they're not getting. Okay, shortage is, let's say, 800. We will be losing about 100 by the end of the school year, so that would be 900. Okay, so if they get even 200, we're still in need of 700. So I don't think at this time maybe CCSD will not be getting 500 teachers, but just at least to help fill in something, at least do something to solve it. Maybe not a really a big solution, but at least it's still solving something.
So the teachers, when they come here, are they only assigned at schools in the Las Vegas area, or do they go outside to Ely and Pahrump and Elko, Boulder City?
Each one will have their own, recruitment. So if it's CCSD, it's just for CCSD.
It's what they need. Okay.
If it's in, let's say, Elko, it's the school district over there will have to have their own recruitment.
I see.
Yeah.
So what is the time period that the teachers, when they come here on their contract?
3 years. It's 3 years contract. The contract is for 3 years with a possible 2-year extension. So it's a total of 5 years.
So about an estimate of how many teachers are still here from 2017?
All of them will have to leave by the end of this school year.
Because they would have exercised their time.
They were already told, because that's already there on. This year is their last year. Is the second year of their extension. So this is really the last. So they really have to go home.
I know
it's a requirement.
It's a requirement. I know before the show began, we were talking about some of the challenges, not very pretty challenges that you had, because the way you were talking and describing it, it was almost like you're the go-to person for when one of our teachers has a problem of where they're staying. Someone takes them in, they see another Filipino, they figure everything's going to be fine, it's just going to be like family, and then you get a call in the middle of the night, come get me. What do you do, Margie?
Let me go tell you how it started first. In 2017, I opened my door, as I've said, to 2 teachers. They stayed in my home. I opened my home for them because they are teaching near my home, so they can even just walk to school. Where they were staying, they had like a 6-year contract in an apartment way out there in the south, and imagine these people are new here in the country, and they have to, commute or travel. They don't really know this place, and they will be it's about maybe an hour away, and so you know what, and the thing is, they couldn't leave the apartment because they're under contract for 6 months, so they want to move but they can't. Okay, so that's why I offered my home. So 2 teachers from 2017. And I'm glad to tell you that these teachers are still with me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
You adopted them.
Yes. It's because while they were paying the apartment, physically, they were in my home. Okay? They were in my home for free. I did not charge them any single penny for their stay in our home while they were paying the apartment. And I told them, if your contract is done and if you find a place near your school that you want to move into, just let me know. I will even help you move. because I have a van. Maybe I could help them move. So what happened was, by the end of the contract, before that ended, they talked to me and told me, "Can we just stay here? We don't want to move anywhere else." And I understand that because their family too, I'm sure, in the Philippines, probably already they probably liked us too,
and they felt safe.
Yeah, their children are safe with us. It was me and my husband just staying in our home, and we don't have children, so we treated them as our own. As our own children. We go out, they come with us.
That would be expected. That's what they probably thought on the first people that they were staying with, that these were going to be their aunties.
Yes.
And be treated as such. And their guard went down because they were told, oh, they're going to take care.
Yeah.
You showed them the way it really should be.
Yes, that's how it should be. Teachers are heroes. They are also frontliners. They are. And I have very high regard for teachers because that's not a job, it's a vocation.
They're molding lives. They really have the influence over the young mind.
Yeah, the future of our youth, of our leaders, lie on these teachers, starting from grade school.
Because I noticed the batch, they were somewhere between 21 and 30.
Yes,
these teachers are young.
Yes.
So they are full of energy. They had the zest for wanting to be here. Vegas, who has not heard about Las Vegas, and then to be treated like that. I'm glad that you stepped in and turned it around so they don't feel that Vegas is a place to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, so these two teachers who stayed with me, word spread. Now, when the second batch came, and they also have friends there from the second batch, so word started going around. Oh, Tita Margie is nice. Tita Margie. So that's why I get all these calls. Is because one of my friend teacher told me to call you if I need this, and that. And so and as I've said, I always have open arms. I will not shut the door for them. I don't care if I'm busy with something else, but a person in need, I will definitely have time. So, and with that, people have started teasing me as, Margie, the patron saint of teachers. The Mother Teresa of teachers.
We could declare that. That's possible. But people don't realize Margie is a very, very active political person. She has campaigned with Hillary Clinton. She has campaigned with Biden. In fact, we were in Chinatown when we were there. Kate, of course, my buddy Kate Recto, we were there to see Biden. And so her political ability to get the word out of what she needs, she's getting assistance from one of the very admired people here in Las Vegas, who I've known since 2008 as one of the leading people that has been a friend, a confidant of the Asian community. Can you tell us about Catherine Cortez Masto?
Yes. I love her. I know her AAPI representative. And so we had a long talk. And of course, being an advocate for teachers, I told her about the teachers, the Filipino teachers here. I told her about the shortage, what the teachers are going through, their problems, their challenges, and all that. And I told them that they're actually starting to go home. Now, every year we're going to be losing these teachers. And that will even compound the problem of the shortage.
Right.
And so, after I talked to her, she started telling, of course, the other staff in Washington, D.C. about it, telling their boss, Senator Masto, about it. And then when I saw her again after a few days, she told me, Margie, the ball is rolling. It's now in Washington, D.C., and looks like my boss will act on it. Okay, so again, a couple of days after, she sent me an email and attached the actual letter of Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. Okay, I have it in front of me on my
Please.
phone. Okay, it is addressed to Honorable Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, U.S. Department of State in D.C. And then the other one is for the Honorable M. Jadu. I hope I pronounced it right. He's the Director for the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, also in Washington, D.C. I will just read the first portion of the first paragraph. Okay, it says here, I am writing to request that the Department of State and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services waive the J1 two-year foreign residence requirement for Nevada's cultural exchange educators from the Philippines. In June of this year, over 60 Filipino special education teachers will have to leave Nevada as they complete their visa program in the United States, which will significantly strain Clark County School District, the largest school district in the state. As CCSD faces critical teacher shortages, waiving the requirement and allowing J1 visa educators to continue to fill these teaching positions will keep schools open and enhance student learning during the ongoing public health crisis. So it's a wonderful letter. Actually, this is not it. This letter went all over the news. Actually, the teachers are jubilating, even though we don't know what will happen, if it's gonna be.
But to be recognized,
you know, yes. But to actually have this a letter like this, you know, for the teachers, they're already jubilant about it, and the teachers is even thinking of also writing a letter and then them signing it to thank her for this. And what I'm trying to arrange is to have a virtual meet with
Absolutely.
Senator Cortez Masto and the teachers so they can actually thank her, you know, virtually.
That would be wonderful.
Live. So that's what I'm saying. I've already talked to the AEPI representative. I said, I don't care if it's just 5 minutes, you know, but for them, they really want to thank her, you know.
Because someone of her stature has taken notice of what your plight is, really. And she's trying to assist, because the teachers come in and nobody knew of what they were going through until you focused on what their needs are and what's been going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, yes.
So Catherine Cortez Masto has always been a good friend to the Asian community. I met her in 2008 when she was one of the closest friends to my president of the Asian American group. So she has always exemplified a person that she says she's going to do something, she will do it.
She will, yes. Yes.
She will do it.
Yes, an action person.
An action person and a friend of the Asian community, the Latino community. She's Las Vegas bred here.
Yes.
She loves her city. And she has seen the changeover of the Asian community coming in. So the highest respect for teachers, which we should have because we know what's going on in the schools, is this group of people that are coming in. It's just like the nurses.
Yes.
When they had the shortage of nurses,
Yes.
who did they bring? They brought the Filipino nurses, and they've been the frontliners for almost going on 3 years now.
And you know, the teachers are the same as the nurses. Okay, the nurses are, you know, the words that they say, the really great words that they say about our nurses,
Right.
the Filipino nurses. You know, it's the same thing now with the teachers. The teachers get really excellent performance review evaluation. You know,
That's wonderful.
yes, the same as the nurses. So just, you know, really so proud. You know,
We have to support our teachers that are here, because we were saying earlier, they mold and enrich these young lives. You get a good teacher that opens their mind, because they're like a blank slate. They're going to become a better teenager, a better young adult. They're going to want to go for more heights in their life. You get a teacher who doesn't inspire you, you might as well just give them a book and put them in the corner.
Yeah.
Because you're not giving them a chance to open up and explore what they have. And I believe our Filipino teachers, they take pride in really being a teacher, and having that responsibility that you have this young person in front of you. How can you make them alive to what's out there? So it's very important. I really admire you, Margie, because taking the plight, while it had gone wrong, and correcting it now. Who are the people? I know you didn't do it alone, but who are the people that have been assisting you?
Okay. There was one time, like in December, those who arrived, the teachers arrived December 5. The reason they arrived December is because there was a moratorium during the previous administration. There was a moratorium, so the J1 stopped coming here until December. So that's why they already missed several months of teaching. So they arrived in December, but they weren't able to teach till March. So they practically lost most of their first year of teaching.
Right.
Now, they came here December 5. They got their first paycheck March. So imagine those months in between having no income. So they come here December. It's winter time. They come from the Philippines, a warm country. They need things to keep them warm.
Absolutely.
So we ended up having a drive. I started with ACRC, talked to them, and so with the help of ACRC, some other friends like Ron Sombang of ECHO, of the Group Homeowners Association, and then of course Kate, Kate Torres with your chamber, okay, and a few others. There was a lot of donations coming in, and so we had blankets, towels, bedroom linens, of course, aside from clothes. And then that's the time of the pandemic, so there was a lot of also of food supplies,
Right.
So we gave them whatever we could give, and thank you so much. There are lots of friends in the community who also, with very good hearts, who helped on this project, and so. They're over it now. They're already making money, but
But still, those first few months of struggle, because I know when the first group came in 2017, Bernie Benito, he went to Seafood City and got vouchers for food. So we were packaging, a 20-pound bag of rice, some soy sauce, some canned goods, because people, here you are in the United States, in Las Vegas, and you don't have food. You come off the plane and you don't have food. So just even having that, what people must realize, the Filipino community is nothing but heart. You tell them there's a group of people that need help. It's like, okay, what do you need? How are we going to do this? It may be helter-skelter, but they're not going to let their people go hungry. They're not going to let their people be cold, not having a place to live. So the Filipino people, I swear, God put an extra heart in all of you.
Yes.
In all of me. I'm half Filipino, but I'm the up part where the heart is. You always do what you can for your fellow man. And I think that's why the Filipino people are blessed. Because
that's why, in the Philippines, you can actually survive, okay, we had this, that time I was still in the Philippines. There was this daughter of a airline executive who would actually be working for a year and then will go to the Philippines for vacation. She survives without practically spending nothing. She spent almost nothing. because people were always inviting her. Oh, you can sleep here. Oh, you can eat here. Oh, you can.
It's so true. It's so true.
She'll get a free ride. She gets, like everything free. We are so, we are so friendly.
It's the hospitality.
The hospitality
of welcoming you into their home.
Yes, hospitality is running in our veins.
And that's why I think the first group got so misled because they can only pull of their own experience at home. So now they come here, they're coming to a Filipino home in Las Vegas, they think they're going to get the same. And what a letdown to not get the same. And you stepped in and you're turning it around. So I applaud you, Margie, because
thank you.
It was something that it was needed. And the task, you probably figured, okay, you just do one by one. You can't maybe do everybody at the same time, but like you say, you got a call, you moved on it.
Yeah.
Next time around, you get another call, you ask a friend to help you, and that's how it grows.
And I tell you, each one is different.
Sure.
Like each one is a different situation.
So now, if people are opening their homes to the new group of teachers, are you vetting them, or is there
Yes,
like okay?
we have to. We can't let things happen again to these teachers. Of course, I can only speak for people in my network.
Right. Right.
I cannot speak for the others who I don't know, who do not know me and who do not, then they have their own. Maybe we'll just wait. If it happens, hopefully nothing will happen again, that they'll start calling me for,
But
for assistance.
the teachers know your name now. So
Yeah.
at least if something happens to them, ill will, call Auntie Margie. I'd be like, keep her phone next to you at all times, because now they have a source. Can you imagine? Well, you come to the country and you don't know who to call, what to call, but now everyone's got your name under their call Margie. Call Margie, she'll help you.
There's something funny. It's because I remember now a teacher will be teaching in Washington, D.C. Okay. So, sought my help to find a place for him to live in Washington, D.C. while he's teaching over there. Oh, my goodness.
How did you do that?
I pulled all my network that I know, just so I could find a place. So after a week, I tell you, after a week of work, like every day I was on the phone, I finally found one, okay? But it will be available Monday. The teacher is arriving Saturday. Okay, so that's again another challenge. Where will he sleep for 2 nights before Monday? Again, by Friday evening, I was still on the phone. I still don't have a place for him to sleep for 2 nights. Okay, I was getting desperate already. So I said, I can't let the guy sleep at the airport.
Right.
He has to sleep somewhere. And then it was very late already, and the guy's arriving already in the morning. I still don't have a place for him. You know what? I just called the nearest Marriott at the airport, booked him for 2 nights. The only thing I could do is that. And I don't mind doing it. At least I felt better
than sleeping on the bench in the airport.
Now I could go to sleep. I know he has a place to stay for 2 nights. And I even got I made sure that I called the hotel. Do you have shuttle service from the airport to your hotel? And sure enough, there is. So, okay, very good. So at least he doesn't have to look for, to commute or pay, it's free shuttle. So imagine that. It was almost like 10 days of work for me.
I can imagine. Yes,
but he's in the best place ever.
Wonderful.
Because he's also staying with a Filipino. Actually, 3 of them in that place, and the landlord actually is also a teacher. Okay, also a teacher who became a principal.
Oh,
So
that's
why
wonderful.
he's in a perfect place.
So, Margie, if someone wants to open their home,
uh-huh.
and of course you're going to vet them, how can they contact you?
Oh, I'm open. They can call my phone number.
Do you want to give your phone number or an email
Or
that
maybe
they could
they can
contact
call you here.
They could call the Filipino
I don't
Resource
want to, I
Guide.
don't want too many strangers calling.
So let me give you our number in case you're thinking after hearing this segment that you would like to open up your home for one of our Filipino teachers. You can call 702 944 7620. I'll repeat that 702 944 7620. That's our phone at the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide. Now, I tell you this because a few years ago when we put out the first resource guide, it was to bring attention to the business, the Filipino business that we have here in Las Vegas. It has been the first directory of its kind. We have done 3 printings now. We are now going for our 4th printing starting in the spring, looking at advertisers, our advertisers that we have and new advertisers. But I'm also taking this point. We're taking the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide because we said this is for the community. And I'm going to focus this year in bringing more sight to the politicians, to medical people, people who are striving to help our community expand. So I'll be looking for our candidates. I'm going to schedule our candidates. I think I'm going to invite you because I know you know a lot of our candidates that are coming
I'll
up.
help you.
And have them be in a symposium to see how are they going to handle, the Asian community. What do they have planned for us so that will help our growth? So I'm looking to do that through the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide because we're here for the community. Now we have to take another step. Besides advertisers and business, we want to make sure the right people in politics get that right seat and be our voice. Mm-hmm. So I will be counting on you, Margie.
Oh, yes,
because
I'll help you.
We want to have both sides. You have to be fair.
Mm-hmm. So
I invite all the candidates out there, no matter what field that you are aspiring for, please give us a call at 944-7620. That's a 702. Say, I'm a candidate, my name is so-and-so, and I'd like to appear on your show. So this way we could give you even voice, and I will be inviting leaders from our Filipino communities, from NAFA, from the Basayan, from the alumni, the Filipino teachers, the universities. I want them to be taking part of this, to ask the right questions, to probe the right person for the job. And I was just saying this at our event at the Philippine Chamber, is that this is one of the few places that you can see a candidate up close. You don't just see them on television or on paper. You can see them up close and get a good feel. Is this going to be a person who's going to be my spokesperson? Are they going to do what's necessary for our community? So we're going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks. So we want to make sure the resource guide is not just a book to look at, but that we are really part of the community. And Margie, what are your projects coming up besides the teachers? Because as I read your bio, I found out that Miss Margie is a dancer.
Yes.
Well, how did you start in the dancing career?
Okay. Probably I would say we're blessed. We were given God-given talent in dancing. It's like if you don't dance well, you do not belong to our clan. I have first cousins who became champions a long time ago. Okay, they became champions of like the twist or the boogie or
Are you talking chubby checker twist?
Yes.
We go back.
Yes.
I can relate.
and then also like limbo rock. This all happened like in the big dome in the Araneta Coliseum. So these are like national competitions, and so But in our clan, there's only myself and another cousin who actually went professionally, used dancing as professionally. So my other, that's the first cousin of mine. He became a choreographer for movies, for the movies of Eddie Mesa and Helen Gamboa. So he was a choreographer. He has his own group. And then for me, it was more of my own. It's just me. So meaning I taught dancing. I did choreography. I formed dance company and started training students in dancing. It's theatrical dancing, stage dancing, not ballroom dancing. But I only branched out to that because I tell you, my late parents were like the best ballroom dancers ever.
Oh, I love ballroom dancing.
Whenever they go to a party, they will always be the best dancer of the night. My late dad was like a Fred Astaire.
Oh my
also
goodness.
a very natural dancer, so graceful, and same with my mom. So I got my ballroom dancing skills from them. Okay, and then as a student, I said I formed a dance company in the university and trained students in theatrical dancing. Now people have asked me, oh, okay, so where did you learn how to dance? Okay, and I said, my talent is God-given. And then I explained to them, okay, one choreographer studied dancing, so that choreographer had a teacher. Now that teacher also had a teacher. That teacher also had a teacher. So now you keep going back. At the end of the line is an original, somebody who started it. So that person is also a human being, a person like us. We can be that person. I said, we don't need to be taught, especially if it's already in you, if you're already gifted, with that.
That's so true.
It doesn't have to be dancing, even painting. People don't have to study painting, but they can paint because they have natural talent.
Natural talent.
So I said it's God-given. I could create steps, dance movements. All you to do is just choose my music and then feel the music and get that music into my system. And once I play it, the dance steps will come out naturally.
Because you're inspired.
Yes.
You're inspired.
Yes. But then as a dance teacher, I would be teaching not just dancing but also fitness. So I went into slimnastics first, and then later on Jane Fonda came out with aerobics. So I also taught aerobics. So
You are so faceted. You really are.
So I taught dancing and aerobics, and then like social matrons will get me. Some who do not want to be taught by, let's say, dance instructors. They would just be in one house, and then I will go there, and then they'll have lessons with me. So the private lessons. So I enjoyed doing those until my dancing career ended when I got married, because I married somebody who is not into dancing.
I was just going to say, not a dancer at all.
Not
right?
a dancer at all.
Oh my goodness.
Not a teeny weeny bit.
So where did you meet your husband?
Okay, we were in the Philippines. We were college sweethearts for 5 years, and then we broke up. The following year, he was already in the States, so he was out of my system, no communication. After 7 years, he started looking for me, went back to the Philippines and looked for me, and found that I'm still single.
Oh my goodness.
And so after, again, another long courtship, finally we got married. It was a 20-year love story before we finally got married.
That's a long engagement.
Yes. No, it includes the breakups and
But it was meant.
Yeah, it was meant.
It was meant.
So that's why I said I mentioned earlier we don't have children because I got married very late. I was not even thinking of that I will still get married because I tell you I was not the marrying type. I would rather do accomplish things. There are things that so many things I want to do and accomplish.
Right.
That marriage is like the farthest in my mind. I mean, I don't mind having a boyfriend, but my boyfriend has to understand that marriage is not my priority. Even the relationship is not my priority. My priority is myself in fulfilling dreams, in fulfilling things that will, make me feel complete and fulfilled. So that was me.
I think people think, well, because we come from an era where you're supposed to get married, but if that wasn't your path, you've serviced so much more in the community, in the people you have met. So it wasn't meant for you to be married and be tucked away somewhere. It was for you to be out there to help others.
Because I know once I get married, it means that will be my priority.
Of course.
Of course. That will be my priority. That means I have to put a stop on whatever I'm doing for myself. So I said, I want to do things for myself first and feel complete. And then, so after years passed, and here comes the same person, I said, wow, that's already a long wait for him, and this man is still, there.
He's thinking of you.
And I said, oh, this must be it.
Maybe he figured you slowed down by now. But he came to realize you were just getting started. With your accomplishments, you were just getting started.
Yeah, probably.
How wonderful for you.
Yeah, and so we're still married up to now. He's been here in the States 79, actually, since 1979.
Okay.
I only came here in 1994. So we're actually like almost 30 years married now.
So how did you come to Vegas?
Because of him. Oh, you mean from
the
Bay Area?
Philippines to
Actually,
the Bay
from
Area,
the
okay.
Philippines. I was then working for the Speaker of the House, as I said, 5 times Speaker of the House. I really didn't want to leave, to tell you honestly. I didn't want to leave. But then, of course, being married already, my husband, it will be my priority. So I have to join him. So I finally joined him here. But we got married in the Philippines. He has to marry me there. I will not come here on a fiancé visa. No, I will come here as a wife. Okay, so that's why he had to go to the Philippines. Actually, we got married 2 times, civil and church.
Of course.
So I came here as a wife already to him. Yeah.
See, you're one of the I think people, mostly American people, they visualize the Filipino woman as being very docile and very quiet and very obedient. And what they don't understand is the generation that we come from, Margie, it's like a quiet storm. Really, it's like a quiet storm because we've always been forward. We've always wanted to achieve. We've always wanted to be there, to be of assistance, to be of help any way you can. So it's not the new generation that could take credit for that because the pioneers have been behind them. We have quite a few women in our organizations, Rosita Lee, Amy Belmonte, Cynthia Deraquito. We have those women who are senior women who literally broke the path. They opened the doors to have the young ones kind of come in. And I just hope that they carry on the legacy of what the women of our age came in to do. We planted our flag, and we try to make changes for the better.
Maybe also, my signs, I'm both a scorpion and a dragon. Could you imagine?
Oh, in the Chinese? Is it in the Chinese?
Yeah, I'm a dragon.
That is...
Maybe a sleeping dragon.
A sleeping dragon.
And then, but don't,
You
don't,
still got the fire.
Yes, I said.
You still have the fire. Well, Margie, I'm so glad that you were able to make tonight, because I want to focus on our people in our community who are making something happen. And I know there's people out there that they want to do something, they're not too sure. And you've shown it many, many times. You have to start somewhere. You picked up that phone at 6 in the morning. You got in your car and you were like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna help these people now. I think we have to stop overthinking what is it we can do.
Yes.
When you get a call from the heart, you have to follow it.
And this is it also, okay? Don't think of doing things because you want to get something in return.
No.
Just help. Just do it, you know? Don't think of anything. I'll do this because
I'll get a star recognition. Yeah. I'll get applause.
You know, when you mentioned earlier, you know, I also help a lot of politicians. Actually, politics is like a first love to me. So, you know, they see me helping them out, but when they win, they don't see me anymore. I won't be going to their office and, you know, and asking for something. No, if I believe in you, I'll help you. When you win, do your job. Okay?
That's
do your
right.
job. Do your job well. Because if you do bad, you won't see me again. So you do your job well, because
that'll speak for itself.
Yeah. So helping them is, you're not helping that person. You're helping your country. You're helping your city, your county, your state. You know, you're part of nation building. So that's what it is. It's not because, oh, I'm helping you because so when you win, you know, I want you to do this, this, and that. You know, in return, no, you do it because you believe in the candidate. That when that candidate wins, he will do good.
He'll follow through with his promise.
Yes, he'll follow through his promise. He will do good as whatever position, you know.
I think, too, a lot of times our politicians, I mean, when they speak on what they have to offer, somewhere along the line, if the wrong people surround them, they get deterred of what their goal was. And I don't know if it's the political game or their dreams of doing the right thing get a little put back on the back burner of things. And I think people like you have to remind them the reason you came out and to help them was because you had the vision, just as later, and now they have to execute that vision.
Yes.
So it makes it very important for when people want to support their political candidate, hold them responsible. Hold them to what they say they're going to do, and don't stand for reasons of, well, you know, once you're in politics, there's certain things you have to do. No, you have to serve the people because that's what you said you were going to do.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Be a good public servant.
Absolutely. And people will remember you for your deeds, not what you promised and didn't deliver, but what you accomplished. Well, Margie, I think this has been such a good evening. I didn't miss you, Gilbert. I didn't miss you, Bernie. In fact, this is going to be the new show. Women in Community. We are a driving force. Thanks again, Margie. I appreciate it. We'll do this again. I just want to say the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide blesses you for being our guest tonight.
Thank you, Loni.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
So, Gilbert, wherever you are, you know I love you dearly. He said he was going to be at the gym. You better be at the gym and not eating somewhere. And Bernie, you know what? We go back so way back. We keep on dyeing our hair so we could stay young. And like I said, I'm Loni Andal. And if you enjoyed this evening, let me know. Give us a call at 944-7620 and let me know you enjoyed this segment, because I'm planning more segments very much like this. So for tonight, I wish you well, drive safe, be careful, be blessed, and help a friend out. Loni Andal signing off for the Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide. Good night.
The Las Vegas Filipino Resource Guide is a vital tool and a helpful media outlet for business enterprises to connect and to reach out to Filipino American consumers. For more information, go to www.lasvegasfrg.com or you can email at lasvegasfrg@gmail.com.